Hi guys, it's Sam here, and today I want to give you my top 10 palettes of the year 2022. It feels absolutely crazy to be saying that. I can't believe we have gone through another year here on YouTube, but here we are. So if you are interested, continue watching. If you are new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing, and let's get started. All right, and I'm gonna say right here that I've tried, I feel like 50 to 60 palettes, and it might even be more than that. So for these to be the top 10, they are all really good. And so it is very hard to piece away your babies and rank them. And if you ask me tomorrow, the order might be slightly different. So keep that in mind as I go through the palettes. Most of these palettes, but not all, I have done a video on reviewing. And if you're interested, you know, I will try my best to remember to link all of them in the description box below or put them in the eye here. And if I don't have a video on a particular palette and you're interested in seeing me do it, let me know in the comments below, just because some of these palettes, for me, unless people are interested, I'm not going to do a video on, just because of it probably won't get that many views. And yeah, in 10th place right now is the ColourPop Darth Vader palette. I went back and forth several times between this one and the full-on Star Wars palette, but ultimately this is the one that literally made me change my mind about cool tones, and I created a look that blew my mind. One of my favorite looks of the year, and I could not forget it. I could not deny it the justice that it deserved to be in the top 10. So this is what she looks like. The quality in here is superb, and the color story is surprisingly just well put together. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to pull this off, and it just shocked me. The next palette is really two palettes. I'm kind of cheating a little bit because they came together. So they are the Glam Light Scooby-Doo collection palettes. So we have Rut Rout Raggy and Creeps and Crawls. And if I had to pick between these two, I would go with the Creeps and Crawls. But I do feel like they're really good companion palettes for each other, so you kind of need them both. So this is what the Creeps and Crawls looks like. And I just love the formula that Glam Light has, and the palettes are just gorgeous. My favorite color eyeshadow is green, and I love even more green with purple. So between the two of them, it just hit the perfect spot for me, and that was it. And this is the Rut Rout Raggy palette. I've done videos with these and shorts with swatches for both of these palettes. I had done a video also with that Star Wars Darth Vader palette, so if you're interested in seeing me play with these, I do have those up on my channel. The next one is the Heather Austin collab with Adept Cosmetics. This palette, honestly, at first I almost didn't buy it because it came out in like the spring and it has this very fall color scheme. I was like, this is not in season for me. And then I just looked at it more, and I was like, you know what? I can use this in the fall. And it's gorgeous if I think with that mindset. And so I know you can use a palette any time of the year, but I am a person that loves certain colors at certain times of the year. And I pulled this out when I got it, and I really fell in love with it. I think I also did a video on this one. So if you want to see me do two looks with this one, I think I did a look on each eye. And I really enjoyed playing with this palette. The color story is gorgeous. The formula is gorgeous. I kind of knew it was going to be a home run before I even bought it, because I know that I love the formula so much from their previous palettes, and they did not disappoint with that one. The next one is a palette that I've been wanting to see for so very long. Not the theme, but the color story. So it is, they're making their second debut in this top 10, is the Glam Light Frosted Flakes palette. The packaging is cute, and I'm not like huge into cereal, but girl loves her a blue and orange palette, and there's not many out there, and this is the best blue and orange palette I have seen in years. For the longest time, my favorite blue and orange palette was the ColourPop Soul and Mar palette. I think that's what it's called. That one is beautiful, and I don't know why ColourPop took it off its radar. It was right before they came out with all those monochromatic palettes, but I've been waiting for a long time, ever since then, for somebody to do blue and orange, and Glamlite gave it to us in their superb formula, and it just blew me away. I was just so happy. I did a video also with this palette as well, so if you want to see that, definitely check it out on my channel. I think almost all of these. Wow. I'm looking at them, I'm like, you know what? I think I did most of the video. Maybe one I have not done a video with, and I might end up doing one. All right, so we went through 10, 9, 8, 7. We're at number 6 now. So we are here with the ColourPop Avatar collection. Let me just say, I love a palette with a sleeve that kind of reminds me of a book sleeve. This business, I'm all about it. It's absolutely so adorable, the pattern that they have on here. And then to have the palette look a little bit different. It looks like a book. It's so cute. So I did a video on this. A lot of people didn't watch it, probably because I brushed my curly hair out. I look like Diana Ross, but I was really feeling myself that day. And this also, probably my #1 favorite look that I've ever created was this look here. I know it looks kind of basic, but she's really stunning. This green shade here blends into this blue so beautifully, and it worked like magic. ColourPop has some misses. Like, I have some palettes to review for you guys later that I just did not think was worth the money, but this one was absolutely chef's kiss. It was so good. I'm like so happy that I have this. My daughter wanted to steal it. I was like, no, that's never happening. You're never taking that. So the next palette in 5th place is one that I could not put it down when I got it. It is very basic. It is the Natasha Denona My Dream Collection palette. Now, the packaging is so cute. I did manage to somehow stain it. I can't get that off. But I do love this packaging. She's starting to get a little bit more creative with the packaging, which I'm really happy about, because I'm kind of getting tired of the like mirror covers with all the fingerprints. But this is what the palette looks like on the inside, as if you haven't already seen it a million times. I'm pretty sure I did a video with this palette as well. I took this on vacation. I used it on my mom. I used it on myself. I love this palette. It's perfect for the day-to-day. It's like a neutral palette, and you just turn the volume up to like 7. You know what I mean? Like, it's not too amped up where it's out of the comfort zone, but it is a little bit more dramatic than what majority of people are wearing on the day-to-day, right? This just checked all the boxes for my day-to-day uses. I really couldn't put it down whatsoever. I literally had to like force myself to take it off my vanity. The next palette that is in 4th place is kind of a similar palette, but because of the innovations, I felt like this one was actually something that I would pull out more if I was having an occasion, where like the Natasha Denona palette was something I was going to use for like everyday work day, and I could take it tonight kind of casually. But if it was something like I'm having a really nice date, we planned it, we're going to a super nice restaurant, something that I would pull out that made me feel a little bit more glamorous, but maybe along the same line, is the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. I just think her shadows are absolutely stunning, and I was really impressed and surprised by these kind of I think they call them cream eyeshadows, but really it's like a balm kind of eyeshadow. It's almost like a primer. It's really, really gorgeous. She has these really beautiful textured flaky shadows in here that have this very strong metallic shine to it. And they're just a little bit more luxurious feeling than the Natasha Denona ones. They just feel a little bit more special in that kind of way. And I think also I just love the gray tones that she puts in here. They're a little bit different. You know, we've been seeing a lot of these clay or mauve or berry tones, and to see something a little bit turned on its head, I like that. I just felt like it deserved that little step up on the pedestal than the Natasha Denona. Not to take anything away from the Natasha Denona, but I don't know. That's where it landed. The next one is a very new palette to me. I've used it 3 times, but I still felt like it deserved a spot this high up because I feel like it's something that I could see myself using a lot. And it is what I'm wearing actually in my eyes now. Is the Lisa Eldridge Sorcery palette. I am obsessed with this packaging. I love how it fits in the hand. I love the way it looks on my vanity. I like how compact it is because I can take it anywhere. I could throw this in my purse if I wanted to and take it on a night out, go away on vacation, take this traveling with me because it's so compact. And the color story is beautiful. And not only is it beautiful, but it's adventurous. It's not the clay tones, it's not the neutrals, it's not the very predictable shades that you would expect. And I just love that. And I feel like a lot of these shadows could be like a very one and done kind of look. And for that, I'm obsessed. All right, so in second place is the Pat McGrath Mothership 10 Moonlit Seduction palette. First of all, this box is so cute and I really love the adornment. I do wish that she had like this packaging on the top of her actual palettes, kind of like she just did with the Star Wars one, or maybe put something on the binding of the palette so that you can tell the difference. But neither here nor there. We're going to talk about the actual palette itself, and this is what she looks like. And I just feel like this year I have been leaning, I love color, but I've been leaning a little bit more into neutrals that have very strong metallic shades. I feel like that's what kind of put the Huda Beauty over the Natasha Denona, is like that pewter shade in there, the flaky golds, and I feel like this is the even more luxurious version of that. Look at how wet and gorgeous these shadows are, and then you have these really pretty neutrals to keep them grounded. And I'm not mad at her for doing, you know, kind of the same jam she's done for a long time, because to be honest, I don't have that many of her palettes. So like these shadows just look very wet and striking to the eye, and I feel like they're so special in that way. I've seen beautiful sparkly shadows from indie brands, but there's something about consistency that they can't always give you. And also the mattes. The mattes are so good in the Pat McGrath palettes. I feel like a lot of times when you get indie brand palettes, small brands, I do really enjoy their shimmers, but their mattes tend to be very thin and don't have a lot of substance to them, and I need a matte to ground a look. So if the matte is not very desirable to me, if a matte's not performing to the level that I would want it to perform, I'm not going to reach for that palette. And so I just feel like Pat McGrath gives you both. And then also these Mothership palettes are substantial. They're beautiful. Look at this gold on the back with the name. I mean, it's absolutely stunning, and I can see myself getting a lot more use out of something like this on the day-to-day, and then amp it up with a really beautiful shimmer in here for the evening. All right, in first place, you guys are going to be very surprised, I think, but this, I felt like hands down gave me all the things that I've been really kind of craving as of late, and it is grungy, beautiful metallics, and it is the Rose Metals palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. First off, I really love this packaging. It is stunning. It's easy to clean and it looks beautiful. It feels nice in the hand, and I really do enjoy it. I also enjoy the bigger pan sizes that she gives us now. And again, her mattes are beautiful. They have substance, but then what really draws me in are these absolutely stunning metallic shades. I mean, look at those. They just give me every single thing my heart desires. The shine on these, it's like that's a one and done look, but you can add a little bit of the matte in the crease to kind of blend it out. If you want to create a whole like dramatic look, you can. And I also felt like this was a palette that this year that felt like it was for me. Because even like the ABH Nouveau palettes, that one felt like very much like it was for the light girls only. It was good. It worked well. It showed up, but it was like, this is not really for me. I felt like that with the new Natasha Denona Retro Glam palettes. I felt like that with a lot of palettes, and even palettes that gave us a little bit more dimension. I just felt like I've been craving shades like this ever since, you know what got me into it? The Huda Beauty Jaguar palette. That palette got me so into metallics and got me into cool tones, and ever since then, that's all I've been craving. So there is my top 10. I hope you enjoyed my list. If you are creating a top 10 of your own, let me know what your favorite palette was this year in the comments down below. I'd really love to know. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. I cannot promise I won't do this again. But until next time, I want to thank you for hanging out with me and love you guys. Bye.